In this lecture, we will learn what a linear search is and how to implement a linear search in Java. A linear search is a one-by-one, sequential search of the items. Every item is checked until either a match is found or the end of the collection is reached. Pretend we have a list of integers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We will use a linear search to find element 3. First, we will check the first element in the list, which is 1. Since 1 is not 3, we move on to the second element in the list, which is 2. Since 2 is not 3, we move on to the third element in the list, which is 3. Now that we have found 3, the linear search algorithm stops executing. The first step is to click on the Project tab on the left-hand side of the program to open it. Then we will right-click the source folder, labeled src, and go to New Java Class. The next step is to name our class. We have created the Java class we will work in throughout this course, but we still need to create a run configuration. We will click the Configurations drop-down and choose Edit Configurations. Let's hit the plus icon to add a new configuration, and then select Application. We will set the main class to the class we just created, name our configuration, and then click Apply, and then OK. Now, let's learn how to implement a linear search in Java. Up at the top of the code, we will import java.util.ArrayList and java.util.list. This is so we get access to the list and ArrayList data structures that we will use in our program. Then we will create the function responsible for performing the linear search. We will create a static function that returns an int named linear search that takes in two parameters, a list of integers named elements, and an int named x. Inside of this function, we will create an int variable named length and set it equal to elements.size. Then we will have a for loop that starts out at int I equals 0, iterates while I is less than length, and increments I by 1 each time. Inside of this for loop, we will check if elements at index I is the element we are looking for. If so, we will return I. If we go through all of the elements and do not find the one we are looking for, this means that the element does not exist in the list. In that case, we will return -1 at the bottom of the function, outside of the for loop. Time to test our code. We will create a public static void main function that takes in a string array parameter named args. Inside of this function, we will have a list of integers named elements, which we will set to a new array list with the values 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we will use system.out.println to print to the console the result of a call to our linear search function, with elements passed in as the first argument, and 3 passed in as the second argument. When we run the code, notice that 2 was printed. This means our code worked, since 2 is the index of 3 in the elements list. In the next lecture, we will learn what a binary search is and how to perform a binary search in Java.